You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Why you gotta take it there?
Retake. This isn't gonna work.
We're not talking about any integrity.
We are trying to exploit a generation.
Ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD? The grease is the gravy.
You guys played footsie under the table.
No, yes, but that's irrelevant. I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here. It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere? No, there's vampires everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 148. I'm your host, as always, John Rowe, joined by my co-host,
Adam Ham.
That's right, the Hammer.
Yeah.
Hammersmith Black Mombazo. That's you.
Okay.
Yep, that's my new nickname for Adam. Moving on.
Bop, bop.
So, Adam.
Yeah.
Why didn't we record last week? I put up the an old episode that we recorded back when you were living in the apartment with Lance. Like that is like 2 years old, I think, maybe even 3.
A little older than 2, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
What's going on, Adam? Adam, why were we not recording last weekend? You obviously were busy, out of town, something crazy, right?
We were both busy.
Oh, well. I didn't want to interrupt your nascent beginnings.
So I started playing WoW.
Oh, shit. Mr. Trash Talking WoW, talking about how it's an awful game.
I don't think I said... I may have jokingly said it was awful, but I don't think I ever meant it.
You said you just couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I've been into it for about 2 weeks, and I've done this before. I've gotten into it decently for, a period of time before.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it'll hold, but yeah, I'm into it again. Pretty heavy.
Tell everybody what your class is.
I am a shadow priest.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is. And right now I'm about halfway through level 84.
So you're almost all the way up to Mists of Pandaria, basically.
Yeah, I'm really close to Mists.
That's exciting.
It is. It's exciting, and it's weird that it's exciting.
So in 2 weeks you went from what level to this level? 10 levels, basically?
More. I was 72, I think.
Jesus.
I went like 12 levels.
Yeah, I started leveling my Death Knight, who is at level 62 or something.
Yeah.
And he's now 67.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. It's, I gotta say...
Leveling's pretty fast now.
I jumped into it.
In the lower areas.
I jumped into it full force. And, pretty much any spare time I have goes to WoW. If I have, a couple hours or
It's addictive. The leveling is addictive.
It is.
You're just like, oh, one more thing. Kill a couple more guys. Get my professions up a little bit more. It's kind of a treadmill.
I think the thing that's done it for me is that whenever I feel kind of tired of just questing or whatever, I can pop in Dungeon Finder.
Yep.
And it's a great way to break it up.
That's a huge, huge improvement with the game.
It
Dungeon
is.
Finder. And then you'll find Raid Finder is
Yeah.
another huge thing that has made the game different. It means basically, before in the game, when you had to, go into a dungeon, you'd have to, run around in the town and be like, hey, we're trying to get a group together for X dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And then more recently, before they put Dungeon Finder in there, it would just be, you could, list yourself as a queue for a dungeon, but you'd still have to, wait, and then it would only be people on your realm, so it could be hours sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to walk all the way there and go in. Now you basically just, what do you do, Adam? Explain how it works.
You hit I on your keyboard. You select what you're queuing as, either DPS or healing or tank or whatever.
Yep.
And you wait for any time period between no time and I think the worst I probably has about 20 minutes.
Yep.
Half an hour maybe tops. And boom, you are teleported into the instance at the beginning. The quests are all inside if you haven't done them yet. You can pick them up right at the beginning.
Not always, but
for the most part, yeah.
Yep.
And you just going through the dungeon, and you're rewarded handsomely for it.
Yep, that's right. And usually it puts you with a balanced group.
Yeah.
You got a healer, a DPS, or a healer and a tank, and then 3 people to do damage.
Yep.
And you just kind of run through it.
Yeah,
get your stuff. You get tons of experience in dungeons.
Great gear.
Yep, you keep yourself geared up.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was leveling up warrior as a tank, only doing Dungeon Finder, and he's level 49 now.
Yeah.
And you can you can't do it. I mean, you can only start Dungeon Finder at 15, I think. But since 15, he's just been leveled in the Dungeon Finder. So
I believe it. I mean,
that's pretty good. I mean, if you're a tank, there's like no queue at all.
I'm sure, and healer too. I think.
Yep.
Which makes me want to kind of switch.
Who takes the damage.
It makes me want to learn how to do some healing on my priest, like with.
Yeah, I know. I kind of want to start a healer too, just because I've never ever played a healing class. But I always thought it'd be kind of neat.
I know, but it's kind of like. How do you get into that? Like, it's not really a way to practice a whole lot.
No, you just kind of have to go.
It's you just kind of have to be a shitty priest for a while. Like
same thing with tanking. You don't really.
Yeah.
But
tanking, I feel like it'd be a little bit easier because if you know the dungeons. Because,
well, I'll say this, Adam. If you want to start a healer, one of the best ways to start learning, and this is how I started learning how to do a tank, is you just queue up for those super low level dungeons as a healer. And those are pretty forgiving in difficulty, so you can like learn your healing rotations as you level up. Basically, that would be the key, because those early instances aren't super difficult.
Don't you kind of have to do that like with a low level character though, or?
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, like that's one way to do it.
That's true.
Otherwise, you could just actually, honestly, if you wanted to, you could queue up in a dungeon with. Like the heroics at 90 as a healer, and those are pretty much a cakewalk anyway, because everyone that runs heroics is in raid gear, just getting more valor points for the week cap.
Yeah.
So you can just do that too, because those are usually just steamrolls. I mean, it's not too hard. You just gotta click the icons and have your heals hotkeyed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to get my keybinds and my add-ons and stuff.
Yeah, all that shit, man.
Some grid.
Wow, that's World of Warcraft people. Adam's in it. Why? Just because you've seen a lot of people talking about it lately?
There's been
expansion looks cool.
There's been some convergence. The expansion does look cool. Also, I think part of it has to do with it being summer and there not being a whole lot going on, like show wise. I usually watch a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And there's just not a lot to watch right now. So
yeah.
I don't know if that'll change a little bit when fall shows start coming out that I like and I want to actually spend some time watching. But we'll see. But yeah, it's a great way to just listen to a podcast and burn a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a podcast game. I have podcasts queued up just to listen to while I'm running around questing. There's some areas where I actually do read the quest text, but since I've already beaten the game, most of it's stuff I've already done, so I don't really care. But
it's so weird. Like in the past 2 or 3 weeks, I felt like a different person because I've just.
Wow, that has changed your life.
It's been like a Damascus fucking conversion. Like all of a sudden, like discovering WWE and then getting into WoW again.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like that's all I'm doing right now. Is like watching WWE and playing WoW.
Is that a segue?
That was something I had not done. Yeah, it is kind of a segue, I guess.
All right, so our WWE 1 minute, which will be probably like 5 to 10.
Yeah.
So what you been watching? I guess catching up with all the. Stuff lead up to SummerSlam will have already happened by the time this airs.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is our new champion. Just gonna say that now because I'm sure that's what happened. So you just been excited?
I've been watching my Raws and my SmackDowns on the way up.
Oh wow, SmackDowns!
Oh yeah,
I don't know how you get through that.
SmackDown isn't bad. Raw and SmackDown are both fine.
I have a hard time with SmackDown.
Now, trying to get in the main event, that's a little harder.
Well, yeah. But the nice thing about main event is that it's short. That's why I watch so much NXT, which is like the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Is that the episodes are 55 minutes long. And so each match is like 10 to 15 minutes. They're not super long, dragged out, so people aren't getting gassed. Because when you have those 45-minute matches, they get real long because people start getting real tired in them.
I haven't seen a whole lot of those 45-minute ones, or if they do, they're cutting them down for Hulu or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Hulu does an hour-and-a-half version of a 3-hour show, so a lot of stuff gets cut out. And that's it. So, how's your feeling? Because you're new.
Yeah.
I'm new because I started watching in January. You're new, real new, like a month into it. What are your feelings in the WWE? I want to hear where you're at.
I've been enjoying it, but I kind of understand. I listened to the Power Bombcast a bit too to get a little bit more background. I kind of understand what they were saying in a couple areas, but I'm loving Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, he's great. He's going to be starring in a movie.
Yeah, I heard about that actually.
WWE Network Studios movie. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm always excited to see him, and I'm glad to see him and Seth Rollins. They're both really good. I mean, Seth Rollins is, the heel, of course, but he's still enjoyable to watch. I actually kind of hated the way they had him always being kind of a pussy on the show. Like, he was always like running around, like avoiding fights with.
Yeah, that's how heels are, though.
I know, but like when you actually see him wrestle, he's really good.
Yeah, I mean, the idea with heels are, and this is like go all the way back with wrestling tradition, is the heel has to be someone that people hate.
Yeah,
it's like, I hate you because you never wrestle well.
All the worst traits.
You can't be a really good wrestler and be a heel, because then people will like you.
Right.
And it's kind of annoying. I don't know. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Because, when you have someone like Bray Wyatt, who's legitimately good, making him a heel is kind of weird. Because, he's a weird, creepy cult leader bad guy, but everyone likes to watch him wrestle, so people cheer for him. So you can't really put him against a really good guy, because then nobody knows who to cheer for.
One thing I do hate about wrestling so far is that every fucking person in the world has goddamn long hair and greasy, like, oiled fucking long hair.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, they do that for a reason.
So people can grab it and...
No, I mean, part of the reason is because if you let your hair dry, a lot of people, like, if you watch Seth Rollins wrestle a long match, his hair dries out and just turns into an afro, basically. Because it gets poofy.
Yeah.
Well, so
why so much long hair, though? I mean...
I don't know. Because when you whip your head around, it makes a lot of motion, I guess.
I don't know. I hate it, though. It drives me nuts. Yeah. Like, I just want to give, like, every fucking wrestler a buzz cut, and they're like, okay, that'd be much better. I'd prefer wrestling if that were the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looks gross. Like, I don't watch weird oily hair being flipping around and, like, just oil just, like, flying off of it when they whip their heads around. It's, gross. I don't know. But
I'm real low on it right now, wrestling. Yeah? Well, they just haven't really...
Cesaro is...
Things are starting to drag.
What the fuck's going on with Cesaro?
Storylines are dragging at this point. It's like they've been kind of... Yeah. It's an issue with the way that they built the SummerSlam card is... Basically, the SummerSlam card are feuds that have been going on for like 2 pay-per-views that they haven't paid off. So nothing like new and exciting has happened.
Yeah.
It's just kind of been like, all right, we're continuing these feuds for like 2 straight pay-per-views. Like, can we get something new? So, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'll watch it, and I'm going to like it. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. It could be more exciting.
I'm excited to see Cena and Lesnar. I'm excited to see Ambrose and
I was really down
Rollins.
on that.
Really?
But on the network, they have their hype package that they put out.
Oh, yeah.
It's under, I don't remember what tab it's under, but if you can just look up, it's like a lead up to SummerSlam, Lesnar versus Cena, and it's got a lot of like archival footage of when they fought in like Extreme Rules 2012 and like all this like stuff, and them like training and them like talking into the camera about how they're gonna, how like Lesnar talks about how he's like a bad person.
Once per Raw and once per SmackDown, you'll get that promo that's like 5 fucking minutes long. Yeah, and it's just them like fucking staring at the camera talking shit, and it's annoying. But it's not even that. It doesn't even look that threatening. It's just a long promo.
Yeah, it is, and whatever. It's gonna be great, I guess. Yeah. SummerSlam will be good, and I'm just the thing is I'm way more excited about the developmental right now.
Yeah,
because there are some indie wrestling guys that I've been following that have been signed. Kevin Steen. Who's like going to be humongous, was signed, and he's literally, I'm predicting him, Prince Devitt, who I think you saw a video of in New Japan Wrestling.
Yeah.
He plays kind of a weird, he used to like do face paint like Venom or like other weird, or Darth Maul, or like other like weird crazy face paints as like just his like thing. So I don't know what they're going to do for a gimmick for him. I bet he'll be a face painted guy because there aren't very many.
Yeah.
Let's see. But Kevin Steen's amazing. He's like Daniel Bryan, but like almost 300 pounds. Like he's a big guy. He's really technical. Cool. He's really agile for how big he is. And he's unlike Daniel Bryan, he's amazing on the mic.
Yeah.
He's like Stone Cold. Like he just can cut through bullshit, like kind of like The Rock, where they'll just get on the mic and like harass people and say great, like Jericho. I mean, he's gonna be really good at that, and them signing him, everyone was worried that they were going to weirdly throw some gimmick on him, but they had signed him, and the WWE.com had like a bunch of like interviews with people talking about how they're hyped up for him, like in the business. Like Stone Cold had tweeted him like 2 C's. I forget, it was cardio and something else. It was funny though. But like, yeah, like Stone Cold was talking up with him, and Triple H had been pretty big on him. So it's kind of like there's a lot of buzz. So I'm excited that I hope they don't fuck it up, because I think they know that they have someone that like really got big.
Yeah.
Like Kevin or like Daniel Bryan did. He's kind of like an internet darling. So. Look how that worked out for Daniel Bryan, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll have another main eventer on their hands. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm really excited, and NXT continues to be good to watch.
Yeah, I went back on your advice and watched. I didn't see too many of them, because actually I don't think they have too many of the NXTs on the network. They have, I think, back to February or something.
That's kind of when it started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the new format. Yeah.
Yeah, and. So I saw, I think, the final match between Sami Zayn and Cesaro at Arrival, and that was
so good.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
they're so both talented and technical in wrestling. It's like when you watch them wrestle, you're just like, wow, why can't every match be like this good?
Yeah, and Sami Zayn, is he still in NXT or?
Yeah, he's still in NXT.
Okay, they
don't really have an idea. Like people are like, he should get up. He's really good, and people really like him, and he's like that nice guy, and he's handsome, and he's strong, and you know he's pretty decent on the mic. You know, it's just like, but I think they're waiting. They're waiting for an angle. They're waiting for a good way to introduce him, and they will. You know. Okay.
Yeah, because they don't seem to fucking know what to do with Cesaro. Like I don't know.
They don't seem to know what to do with a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem.
It's like unless you're like one of like 6 people, they have nothing for you.
Right.
And that's a big issue.
I'm kind of, I don't know. I kind of shouldn't see this match between Ziggler and The Miz, because I like Ziggler.
Yeah.
I don't know. This whole beef thing is just kind of weird, and
it goes back a ways.
Well, I saw the Intercontinental thing where he fucked him over for that, but
it goes back further years though, because The Miz was he main evented WrestleMania once, and like he's like kind of he was on the Real World like years ago.
Oh yeah,
and that's kind of like how he got famous, and then he like bulked up and became like a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of like a MTV guy, and Ziggler's kind of like that too. But Ziggler's like likable, whereas Miz's character is just, you know, he calls himself "I'm awesome," you know, like that's his. So like he's full of himself, and it's kind of a shtick. So, but I love it. He came back after filming The Marine 3, which he is like touting as like the biggest accomplishment in cinema. Right. And it's like a direct-to-DVD WWE Studios release, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like nothing super exciting. But like he just touts it as like the biggest thing ever, and I love it. I mean, he had that match in Raw. This is amazing, by the way. People that haven't seen this, he had that match in Raw where he had like a big blow up a picture of his face on the Titantron for the entire match, so that people could see the moneymaker, you know, up close. I was like, that's pretty good. Like, he's selling it well, and he's wrestling like a pure, perfect black and white heel. Like he is pretty boy, full of himself, afraid to take hits, rolls out all the time, gets the crowd booing him. You know, like It's good though, because I love Ziggler, and it's good that he has a real feud, and it's for a belt. You know, so maybe they can build him into something, because I really liked him. You know, and he was world heavyweight champion a couple years ago. You know, but he never was WWE champion. Never put him in the big upper echelon. But
I'm excited to see like Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. That sounds good, but I'm still not sure why they have beef. Really, I don't.
That's because Roman Reigns like ruined his chance, because he like, I don't know, looked bad against him, so Triple H was afraid to put him against Cena.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but like the whole reason like why Roman Reigns attacked him in the first place is just like he didn't like him. I guess
I know.
It's just there's nothing. Stuff like that bugs me.
I know, it's like they really aren't digging deep, and
I don't think
we'll see.
Like Bo Dallas is amazing, and
there's nothing left now. It's over. The rumor is that Bo Dallas is done, basically.
Really?
Yeah, the gimmick is kind of dead.
Like, cause I saw the last match that he had, and it was just super short, and like they had fucking Jack Swagger like put him in the lock in like 2 minutes, and he was over. It was.
Yeah, he's now a jobber basobasically, which is annoying.
That sucks.
Yep.
And I hate Jack Swagger. I shouldn't say
everyone hates Jack Swagger.
It's just like it's so like as the least interesting thing I want to see at SummerSlam. Like of all the matches, like him and fucking Rusev is boring. They've been putting fucking Russia's the bad guy shit since the 70s. It feels so old and like
I know.
I don't know. It's boring.
Okay, and so one final thing here is that there is an angle with Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon.
that I thought was going well until they did like now I'm getting you arrested type thing.
It wasn't the way that was.
Yeah, and the Daniel Bryan's having an affair with his physical therapist thing.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's like, so Daniel Bryan, who's a babyface like super guy, is now accused of cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
That's like, why did they have to bring Daniel Bryan into this? Like, this is a great girl on girl feud about like, I don't like you because you're a bitch.
They had a good beef that started up. It was building up, and it's just like, why? It's out of left field, and it just felt wrong. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, people were really mad. Like, there's a legitimate outcry, and I actually have an interview with Daniel Bryan with IGN.
Oh yeah,
and they asked him about the angle, and he said, "I thought it was very interesting." Or no, they said it was interesting, and he said, "Wait, by interesting, do you mean stupid?" Daniel Bryan said. And then he said, "To me, it was groan-worthy. I don't think it added anything to the story. It was just like, ugh."
Yeah.
But you know what they want to do, and you got to roll with the punches. It's funny because I feel like sometimes you have to overcome these things more than anything else. Like Brie and Stephanie have to overcome that flaw. To me, that was a flaw in the story.
Yeah,
the story was so good, and then there's this flaw in it, but it's whatever.
Yeah. It's weird when you see like them finally doing something good, just to, like completely, I don't know. Like, they don't even know they're doing good, and then they just fuck it up.
I know. It's like, why did they decide to because, like, it's just amazing. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying it, though. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm wondering if they're trying to, like, make a push for Heath Slater, or if he's just...
I think they are.
Because that whole thing is just so weird. Like, first he wins one match by kind of accident, then he wins like another one, and then there's like him and fucking Titus O'Neil weird.
Oh, Slater Gator, baby.
Yeah, Slater Gator.
They had some great matches.
But he's acting all like uppity and stuff, and I don't know if they're like, I don't know. They're
just trying to do something with him because, I mean, Heath Slater, who started on NXT in its first year, which had what's his name? God damn it, Ryback. And Daniel Bryan and like all these great guys that are now like on the roster big time. Bad News Barrett, all these guys started back then, and like Heath Slater was in there and he did pretty good, and he's been like an amazing jobber. Like he sells moves like crazy.
Yeah,
like, he can hit that guy and it looks like it really hurts, and he's been doing the job to a lot of people. And not to use lingo and people not know, but doing a job or being a jobber is someone who loses to the good guys to make them look better, basically. Enhancement talent is another term. But, he's been jobbing out, and I think they just kind of wanted to throw him a bone. Yeah. Because people still kind of like him because he's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like, he's, like, just his ideas, he's a one-man band. He's, like, full of himself. You know what I mean? He thinks he's, like, hot shit, but he's just ridiculous, basically. And it's kind of like Bo Dallas is a little bit, but not, like, inspirational. Just more like, I'm Hollywood, and I'm not. Yeah. So I think they just wanted to give him something to do because people like him, and people still, like, cheer for him in the internet wrestling community because they're like, oh, yeah, Heath Slater, I love that guy. Like, he works hard, and, So I don't know. We'll see. That's it. I don't want to talk too much more about wrestling because that was about 10 minutes, and people may or may not watch it. You should. Network's 10. How much does the network cost, Adam?
$9.99.
That's right. Oh my god, it's so dumb because the best way they can sell the network, and this has just been echoed by a lot of people, but is just have like WWE superstars just do interviews and be like, hey, I like the network because I can watch this match and like that'll sell it. Get testimonials from people that people look up to.
There's one other thing I kind of wanted to say.
Okay.
mostly regarding this last week's Raw.
Okay.
Because it was Hulk Hogan's birthday.
Yeah, yep.
Which was awesome. But, like, they did so much stuff there that was just, like, you know, story forwarding stuff, and just, I felt bad. It was just kind of like, I know that's part of his life and part of all that stuff, and he probably doesn't mind, like, you know, giving up some of his spotlight to do stuff like that, but it also feels kind of, I don't know, it kind of rubbed me wrong that they're using kind of...
Really?
A little bit, like,
I
all
liked
that...
it. I'm sure he liked it too, though. He got to be involved with, like, a real storyline. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, you see him, like, all those awesome people, like, coming out and, like, you know, shaking his hand, and he's, like, getting teary-eyed and stuff like that, and you have, like, Brock fucking Lesnar come out.
That's the whole point, Adam.
You
didn't like it. That makes you not like Brock Lesnar because he's the bad guy.
I know, but...
That is how heels work.
Oh, no, I know, but it wasn't so much that I didn't like Brock Lesnar, it was that I didn't like the organization for... fucking, I don't know.
Well, the authority, you know? It's seriously how the angles work in this. They try and make the people that are wise to everything still hate it. You're like, God, I hate that guy. You know, like when he beat Undertaker, everyone hated that he won it.
Yeah.
That makes everyone hate him because this is what he's supposed to be. I don't know.
Although I think he'd give the Undertaker like a concussion.
Well, yeah. Actually, like I think multiple concussions, they said. Like
I haven't seen hide nor hair of him.
Supposedly he's doing all right.
He's doing all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
He's scheduled to appear in October somewhere for some event.
Okay.
So.
I wasn't surprised really because I didn't think he was like a regular or anything like that. But
no, he wrestles.
I was kind of hoping he was doing okay.
Yeah, he usually wrestles like once or twice a year now. So
yeah.
So we're gonna see. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
I'm angry I can't watch it live.
Oh, you're gonna be at work.
I'm at work. Yeah.
That's all right. You can watch it next day. It's on the network.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
All right.
Is that 3 hours too, or the
3 hours? Yep, they're 3 hours.
Cool.
All right. So, Adam, you didn't play any games but World of Warcraft.
I'm trying to think if that's true. I played some Hearthstone actually.
Okay, how's that?
Great.
Card game.
Fucking Blizzard.
Can I get my Hearthsteed from you by beating you 3 times?
I don't know, maybe.
Because there's a mount that you unlock in World of Warcraft.
You know, no, you can't actually because
it's random games, basically?
Yeah, you have to play, like, ranked matches, I think, because me and Kane and Caitlin and Ryan were playing here, and...
You know, the worst part is that I played a bunch of Hearthstone, like, right when it came out to try it out, and I won 2 ranked matches. And you need to win 3 to unlock it. And I was like, God damn it, I don't want to go back in just to play.
I don't think it actually... I mean, yeah, I don't think you don't have to do them like in order or anything, though.
No. You just have to win 3 total. Like basically, just play a little bit of the game.
It's not that bad.
I'll have to get into it.
What I was disappointed about is Kane's got an awesome like recruit a friend mount. Not the weird zebra I think that you have.
Yep.
But he's got one that like is a flying one that's like a weird cat thing, and he actually turns into it, and you can ride him. Like turns into a mount. Like turns you into a mount. It's crazy.
I don't know what that is.
It's called something Nightwing or whatever, but
the winged like night stalker or something.
Yeah, no, it's something like that. Yeah, it looks cool though. It's a cool looking mount, and it's neat because like he ran me through I think that gauntlet thing when I hit 84.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, I have no idea where that is. He's like, yeah, just hop on. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, they stopped having the recruit a friend stuff.
No, they have the recruit a friend still.
I couldn't figure that out.
They don't have the scroll of resurrection, I think.
Yeah.
They have
it's
an option on your...
They change recruit a friend stuff all the time. I mean, the zebra mount is rare. I mean, there's only one way to get it, so I have it. It's just that I got it... We played before flying mounts were a huge thing.
Yeah.
So...
I told my brother, I said, I'm signing you up. Ha! Want that mount.
Yeah, man. You can choose between like 3 or 4, so...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, what? So you played World of Warcraft? That's it, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and Hearthstone, which is a card game. Yeah. It's fun. I liked it. I don't like card games, and I liked it.
Yeah, me too. It's a really good card game.
It's the rules are pretty simple to understand, and they do a really good job of teaching you them.
Yeah, absolutely. The tutorial's great.
Yep, and games seem pretty fair. Like I've never felt like completely wrecked.
Right. I will say though the tutorial is way easier than the other part because I blazed the tutorial, and then like the first ones I played, even like against the computer, it just like destroyed me.
Oh, man, I have to play against you. You must be a mark.
I
just take you down. I had no problem with those.
I did think I did okay with the paladin and like one of the first couple that they suggest you to do.
Yeah.
And then I like fought the warlock or something like that, and it was bad news.
Yeah, some of them take a lot of effort to get into, like
Yeah.
just figuring out the strategies to beat them.
That's another thing too. Like a lot of them have different angles depending on their class. So
Yep. I
it's
had a
kinda
hard
getting
time
used
with the
to-
paladin.
Did you?
Yeah, I think you just got to know what they're gonna do. You have to like play it once, kind of to figure out their like, the way their scheme works, and then just beat them.
Maybe that's it because I didn't play a whole lot after the tutorial, but
Yeah. All right. Cool. So let's move on
okay.
to what I played.
Yeah.
More Tomodachi Life. Adam, you have a girlfriend in the game.
Awesome.
Pippi Longstocking.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? You see, you get that one out of the park right there.
Yeah.
I tried to date Christina Aguilera, and I was rebuffed. Paul Bearer ran in on my like asking out proposal and tried to, and she turned us both down. So
Oh man.
it was crazy. I love that game. Still playing that like every day, basically.
Did I mean Jesus still bros? Or we
Oh
drift
yeah, you're
apart?
still bros.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said there was some tension there. I was.
No, I think that there is your guys' compatibility is low, like 5%, but you haven't really gotten into a lot of arguments, so it's okay.
Okay.
And then I played World of Warcraft a bunch, and then
Yeah.
I tried out a thing called PlayStation Now.
Ooh.
I tried it out because I wanted to see
Cool.
how it would work. So PlayStation Now is like a new thing on PS4 that, as of now, allows you to play PS3 games on the PS4 through Insanity. If you explain this to someone who doesn't know anything about it, it like will blow their mind. So like you connect to that service, and it connects you to a little PlayStation 3 tucked away in a server room somewhere
Yeah.
that's playing the game that you rent. So you basically, I paid $8 to rent a game for a month, which isn't insane. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
not bad. Because if you compare it to like Redbox, you know, it's like I think it's like $6 or $7 a week for a game. You know, so it's like it's about the same as that, if not a little bit better. And you rent a game. The prices are all set by the games themselves, publishers, I think. So I don't know. This service is still working its kinks out. It's in beta, open beta. But so you rent a game, you connect to that game, and it connects to you to a PlayStation 3 somewhere on a server somewhere in the U.S. I'm sure, a data center. And you play the game through the internet. Like, so your computer, your control inputs go through the internet, play the game on the console there, and then it sends you the video back, basically.
Yeah.
So you're basically playing, like, remotely. You know what I mean? Like, your controller is playing a game on a console in, like, probably, like, Arizona or somewhere. Yeah. And it's going back. So, yeah, it's kind of a cool way. And you know, I did the network connection test. You have to have at least 5 megabits per second to do it. Or megabytes per second. I don't know, whatever it is. What is it?
Bits.
I was right first time. Shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Megabits per second. Now, I get 20 or 30 here. My PlayStation is wireless, which really knocks that down quite a bit. But it's still like 8 or so on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to play games on there. And I got, was it Enslaved?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to play more of that. Because I played a little bit of it, and I was like, I'll play some more. It works all right. There is noticeable lag, though. Definitely doesn't feel like you're playing a game there. Mm-hmm. Again, it could be my connection, which is about 8, which is just a little bit over the cap. And it played all right, and like you can tell when the screen, like when your internet slows a little bit, the stream will dip in quality quite a bit and get real gross looking. And then. So I was having no problems playing that. I played about 20, 30 minutes, and I was like, all right, I got to do something else. And I came back to it yesterday to play. Mm-hmm. I started playing it, and, like, it's fine, and then the quality starts dipping quite a bit. I'm like, oh, man, this looks like garbage. Like, what the fuck? And then it tells, a little thing pops up and says, your internet connection has slowed. The game quality may suffer as a result. I'm like, all right, well, it's suffering. Like, we already look like shit right now. And I keep playing, and then, like... And then it says, your internet connectivity is too slow. PlayStation Now will close in 15 seconds. And it does a countdown. And that just closed me out of the game.
Wow.
Without saving or anything.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
playing a game here. Like, that was, like, really bad. I was like, what? That's not a good feature. That's fucking bullshit. And then, like, I did the network connectivity test on my PlayStation 4, and it's, like, running, like, at 8. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not down. It said, like, if you're downloading anything or using up your bandwidth, please stop. And it's like, I'm doing nothing but playing this game.
Yeah.
And, like, it looked fine. And I tried playing it again. I loaded it up. Everything looked good. Like, better than it ever looked before. Like, the stream looked great. Like, I think it was probably in 720. Like, looked good. And then after, like, 5-10 minutes of playing, it started looking worse and worse and worse and slowing down and getting jerky. And then, like, it did it and disconnected me again. And I was like, what the fuck? And I tested my internet, and it was like a 9. I was like, what the fuck? And so I don't know what's going on with that service. It's in beta, but I paid for this. I paid $8.
Yeah.
And I keep... And what really is annoying is the fact that when it kicks you out, it doesn't save. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, there's no quick save. Like, I don't know if these are being emulated or something, but there has to be a way to do a save state. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, come on. That's got to get in there. Because even the fucking... one of the great things about... I mean, this doesn't play over the internet, but the 3DS... is it's got the virtual console with games in it, and that's got a save state, you know, built in. So, like, if you need to pause and do something else, you can just save it and then quick, like, do something else. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be something
Yeah, you would think so.
where it can just pause the game on that, you know, server you're connected to if it's getting slow, and, like, let you, like, have, like, I don't know, they could do something like, this will, your you know, I don't know, your connection will be saved for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you know what I mean? And if you don't connect, it'll just shut the server off, basically.
Yeah.
Just as a way to, like, in case someone's internet, like, craps out on them, like, your game can be saved. Because if you can't, like, I'm not going to play a game where I'm going to have to replay parts because, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because, like, you know, it's, like, akin to having your, like, power go out, basically.
Well, yeah,
You
or
lose
especially
all
if
of
you're
your
playing like
plays.
Playing like an RPG where you have
yeah.
like save points every
It's
like
like,
half hour
great.
or something.
Like, I lost a half hour of game progress.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to play through it again because your service disconnected me. Yeah, I need to get that figured out. Like, Jesus. I was, you know, tentatively excited, but it seems like you need to have, like, super great internet for it to work right now. So, I don't know. We'll see what they do with it, but... So, that's one thing I did.
Okay.
And I played World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Continued. That's it.
You had a cloak, right?
Oh, yes. I forgot. I got my legendary cloak.
Nice.
My legendary. And that thing is insane. I did a DPS check to see, like, how much, what are my damage abilities are. Like,
Yeah.
top damage abilities. And I was like, number 1 was my, you know, regular attack. And number 2 was the proc from that cloak.
Wow.
So I was like, Jesus, that ups your DPS like crazy. So, like, if you don't have that legendary cloak in World of Warcraft, if you're DPS or healer or tank or whatever, like, that thing ups your game quite a bit.
I see. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to get to 90.
Yeah, it's great. Because there's a fuck ton to do at 90. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if
I still play as my 90 the most.
Yeah.
You know, out of all my characters. Anyway, what's up?
I don't remember if I told you this or not, but I'm really excited to be... I want to be playing when a new expansion like first hits, because I don't think I've ever really done that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want to be part of that like exploration of everybody like going out and like finding out, oh, this is what's going on with this
I did
boss,
that.
or this is
I did that for
Burning Crusade,
and it was fucking awesome. My friend, my roommate, who I used to play with, he goes to I don't know what he does now, but like we went to college together and we both lived together, and we both drove to GameStop when it was released, and we had pre-orders, and we came out at midnight, waited in line with everyone, and just talked about World of Warcraft with everyone, you know, talking about how awesome we were because we were Horde, you know, we weren't lame Alliance, which is lame. I hate the fact that I'm Alliance, but whatever. Horde is so much cooler.
Well, people who say Horde is cooler are lame.
No, Horde
It's so
is just
elitist.
cooler.
Horde, no, I don't think so.
Dude, yeah, man.
No.
You're badass. I was a giant cow. It was awesome. Anyway.
Taurens are the only cool ones, actually. Like,
Blood elves are cool,
kinda
too. And
but
goblins are
yeah,
cool.
Blood Elves are cool.
Orcs are kind of lame.
Orcs are lame.
Trolls are kind of lame.
Yeah.
Undead are okay.
undead are the closest thing to human, which makes them okay.
I don't know. Tauren just looks so badass in like full armor. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, because they're imposing. I mean, they're like physically larger than all the other people, like by a lot. All right. So that's that. I guess we get into some news.
Sure.
All right. Have you heard of news?
I have heard of news.
All right. Let's see here. World of Warcraft news. Let's do that right now.
Okay.
Announcement: Warlords of Draenor, the 5th expansion, November 13th.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Expansion takes place in Draenor. It's the home of the Orc and Draenei races, where they originally came from. It's split into 7 zones, new battlegrounds, bosses, dungeons, raids. Level cap will be 100, and anyone that buys the expansion can boost a character to 90 and jump right into the new expansion.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. And plus, they'll have cosmetic updates to several of the races here, but I think they're doing all of them, right?
They may not be doing like Worgen or Goblins.
Oh yeah, but they're doing all of the old ones that were done. Because like this lists human, females, males, orcs, and gnomes, but I mean dwarves. I think have been listed, and Tauren, like any of the like super old looking and night elves, any of the super like original races have really low polygon models right now.
Yeah.
You know, and they look kind of janky compared to everyone else, so they're upgrading all that. And I think they're... Yeah, so I don't know. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a nice graphical upgrade, and I don't know. It's fun getting into expansion right away. Because, like, nobody solved anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just kind of get into it, and you're learning all the zones. And, like, especially if you... And I think we'll plan this. I'm going to plan vacation around this, I think, for Adam and me. We can play together online. Just... like at midnight when it launches, because it'll be fun. Because I remember that first night of Burning Crusade, like getting in there and like both my roommate and I like eating Taco Bell that we had gotten at 2 a.m. and like both like this. We won't be doing this, but like both, you know, installing the discs, you know, and then like jumping in and running into the new area with tons of people from the server that we know, like online, and like running through new areas and like, oh, so and so got first in 91, you know, like, oh shit. Like crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was fun. That was fun. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
There's a burp. I had tomato soup and grilled cheese for dinner. Just thought I'd let everyone know. Have you heard of a game called Night Trap?
I have, yeah.
Night Trap Revamped. Have you heard of this?
I have.
Kickstarter, huh?
Yeah.
Kickstarter, huh?
Yep.
Oh my god. Do you see this fucking Kickstarter for Night Trap?
No, because I don't care about Night Trap.
Okay. So it's a Sega CD game. FMV game. It's 24 years old, I think, at this point. It was in 1986. It was creative. It's not when it came out. It was 92 when it was released. Because it was originally built for a VHS, like interactive VHS player, basically.
Okay.
Made by Hasbro.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. To compete with the Nintendo, but like it just crashed, and so then Digital Pictures bought the rights to the FMV and put it on Sega CD. But people might not know, but this game was originally brought to everyone's knowledge by I think it was the Senate came out against this game as being infamous, like as a violent video game that's ruining everything, because like in the game basically you're watching security cameras of like kids of like in like a party being attacked by these weird alien monsters.
Yeah.
But it's not you know what I mean? Like if it was they say like if it was a movie it would be PG-13. Like these are like literally these people are like trying to grab people, and you just have to like set off the traps in the house. That's like the whole thing, is that you're like the house security system. And so you're like, you know, oh, so and so in this is in this room, and we think there's a monster over there, and you watch the monster and you hit the button and they fall in a trap, and it's ridiculous. Look up video of it being played, because it takes about 20 minutes to play through the game. And but it's kind of a cult classic because it has that ridiculous feel. There's the Night Trap song that's in the game. where the characters all get together. And it's kind of a really cool idea. Like, it's like a real-time people walking around in a house where you're, like, setting off security to, like, keep them alive. It's kind of a cool idea.
It is.
But it's crazy. So, they made this Kickstarter. $20 for the game, right? Mm-hmm. Digital download for Night Trap for Xbox.
Okay.
All right. PC, Mac, PlayStation, Xbox. Xbox 360, PlayStation 3.
Okay.
Not the new consoles. The old ones. This Kickstarter looks really bad. Like, really bad. Like, they have the original video from Night Trap, like, in HD, which is kind of cool. Like, they have the original film, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, they're asking for $330,000, and this game is coming out. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. Like, it's coming out to, like, old consoles, and, like, all the wording in this just doesn't seem like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, why do they need $330,000 to cover coding and manufacturing and fulfillment of rewards? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's a fuck ton of money. To, like...
It is and it isn't.
To, like make a game that already can be played on emulators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
Still, but getting it to work on a system with all the requirements that, like, Microsoft and Sony have to even publish those things.
I mean, well, that's true. There are other Kickstarters that are significantly less in amount of money than that do that as well. I mean, this is insane. Like, they have, like, reward tiers for backers, like the $20 to, like, get the game, and they're limited.
Okay.
And they're sending you hard copies.
Okay.
Of the game.
That's definitely part of the money then. If
Why they decide not to do digitally only, I do not know. So you're gonna get a copy. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is the $20 for a Steam version. Apparently, same as the hard copy. I don't know why you wouldn't get the hard copy, but they have them all at limited. Oh, okay. The digital ones are not limited. I was like, why are these limited editions for each one of them? But yeah, they have 10,000 of each, which doesn't seem super limited to me. I don't know what to call this, man. It looks fucking incredibly bad. Like, this looks like this... Like, you know how, like, I talk about, like, how Kickstarter is kind of weird? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I am kind of way negative about Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, projects that kind of scam people. This looks like it's scamming people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not something I would...
Wait. Check this out.
But
Night Trap. What versions of Xbox and PlayStation are you supporting? Will there be other versions? Night Trap Revamp will be available for PC, Mac, PS3, and Xbox 360. While we could have supported the latest consoles, we wanted to make sure the product is available to many people as possible. What?
Install base isn't there.
But you could have supported them in addition. Like, it's not needed. You don't need the...
Well, that costs more money.
You don't need the PS4's capability. It's not needed. Additionally, we're using Unity, and support on the new platforms isn't newly available. Okay, I mean, there's a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
We endeavor to ultimately create online and mobile versions of Night Trap.
Ooh.
I mean, what? Okay. How will the product be packaged? The unsigned PC and Mac versions will be shrink-wrapped in a cardboard sleeve. Oh, okay, they updated this, because people were saying originally that they were going to send the PlayStation and Xbox versions of the game in cardboard sleeves, which I'm pretty sure is against the terms of creating a disc game for a console. So I think if it's a disc game, it needs to get like a number and copy and everything. April 2015, finished discs. We'll see if we get there. Adam, you got a car in your background? You live next to a place where people drive loudly.
I guess.
It is, though. Like, whenever I'm hanging out there, it's always someone in their fucking jacked up truck just blaring their diesel engine as loud as they can.
Yeah, what can I say?
This is just like...
Well, at least I don't live, like, next to people who stab people.
All right. 1080p,
Hatchet
Adam.
folk.
1080p.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. This is... I mean,
Does the world want a 1080p?
there's
Night
no
Trap?
way this is making its funding goal.
Yeah,
it is
maybe it
30,000 of 330,000 with 24 days to go. I'm not backing it.
I don't think it's happening.
And additionally, they've created a little bit more controversy. Night Trap took another twist yesterday with an organizer, Tom Zito, lashing out at Nintendo in a lengthy update while pledging to apply the same company for a Wii U release of the game as a stretch goal. His post recounts animosity towards Nintendo due to 20 years ago when the original Night Trap was the subject of that federal scrutiny into the game industry. He wrote that Nintendo's management back then threw them under the bus by creating a reel of Night Trap and presenting it to the U.S. Senate. Night Trap was then withdrawn from sale. So, and Nintendo did this, and I read about this because this was part of the console wars to fucking throw Sega under the bus, basically. Because this was a Sega only thing, and they were like, "This is what Sega's doing to our children," basically. Yeah,
that's
how
hilarious.
awesome is that? You have a rival company making like a sizzle reel of bad like scenes to send to investigators. Oh my god. So, yeah, they were just really mad because I guess they were originally going to, be published partners, and then they basically just, shot them in the back, basically. You know what I mean? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who knows? This is never coming out. It's definitely 100% never coming out.
Yeah, I imagine.
They want to put it on the Nintendo eShop, and I can only assume it won't ever come out for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... But Nintendo and Sony went real into it at that point. All right. What else is going on? Other news. Gamescom happened.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Gamescom stuff?
Nope.
All right.
Busy playing games.
Tear away.
Watching WWE.
PS4, the Vita game.
Uh-huh.
Journey and Unfinished Swan also being ported to PS4. No Last Guardian news. It was all PS4 news at the Sony conference. We got Drive Club. Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro are working on the next Silent Hill game.
I did hear about that,
and
which means I will not be playing
and there's a trailer for it that you can get on PS4, which I downloaded. Haven't watched. It's called Silent Hills PT.
Uh-huh.
Kojima said it's so scary you'll shit your pants.
I love Hideo Kojima.
Actually, a lot of people said that it's pretty scary, and there actually is a reel that they showed of people reacting to the trailer.
That would be funny.
So, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 4 or 5, Phantom Pain's looking cool. They showed some
nice
cardboard box technology, which is very complicated.
Nice.
So, Adam, let's say you're sneaking through a base. You can have your cardboard box fitted to show a body of a sexy swimsuit lady, and that'll attract people over to you where you can pop out of the box and stun them.
That's great.
It looks ridiculous, which is awesome because that's what's fun about Metal Gear Solid. That Heavenly Sword sequel that people were talking about, Ninja Theory is working on, who made Enslaved, by the way, is called Hellblade. There's the title.
Okay.
DayZ is coming to PS4. Was announced.
Okay.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Is it PS4 exclusive? I don't know. Sony showed off some gameplay from it, which looked really neat. You should watch that video because it looks like you're an old, I don't know, Jack the Ripper time England.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you're fighting. I don't know what I can only describe as a Lovecraftian horror monster with tentacles and stuff.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
It looked cool. And then Michel Ancel from Ubisoft, kind of. I say he's kind of from Ubisoft because he works for Ubisoft, but his new game company that he also works for, I don't know how employment works in France, but apparently you can work on two competing video game companies. He revealed a PlayStation 4 exclusive project called Wild, which looks really neat. Its animation style looked, very kind of, I guess, cartoony-ish.
Yeah.
But really neat. And he said playable world's open world is going to be the size of Europe, and you can play as like any creature. Like you can like play as animals and stuff. I don't know. It looked crazy. There's like a lot of hunting going on in there. It looked kind of like a caveman era Europe with people running around hunting. But then there was like magic and crazy like titans walking the earth. It looked really neat. Like
sounds cool. Yeah.
And then there was the other game. Fucking A, dude. It's not in this fucking wrap up. What the hell that I'm reading? Bullshit. What was that called? Fuck. Who made that? Who made those Pixel Junk games? It's gonna take me like 7 hops to get to this.
I have no idea, dude.
Is it Q Games?
I have no idea. I have no
it.
idea at all.
All right. God damn. Who is the maker of this game? I'm gonna find this. It's a Japanese company, and I can't think of the damn name. Adam, help.
There's nothing. There's no way I can help you.
Fucking Christ. Q Games. Thank fucking God. Okay, fuck you, GameSpot, for not having this in your fucking write-up about the conference, because this was like the coolest looking thing that I saw was Q Games. The Tomorrow's Children is the name of the game. I couldn't think of the damn name. But it looked like specifically Soviet-esque. You should watch the trailer for it, but it's kind of and everything looked very like toy boxy, like all the like like remember how you commented on like everything looked kind of like little figurines in Divinity Original Sin. Yeah. The animation style kind of looks like that. Everything looks real waxy and like little figurines on like a tabletop.
Oh, okay.
And it's like an open world, like I guess Minecraft-esque like exploration game / building game where you're like building cities, but like giant monsters like attack your city and everyone has to like fight them off. And then like they showed this mechanic where like these monsters die and like crash onto the ground, and then you can like dig into their corpses to get like materials. So there's like people jetpacking around like digging into this giant like obsidian giant's like body, like getting parts. Like it looked crazy.
Wow.
And it's got this weird Soviet art style. Like I don't know. It looks really neat. Like I'm really looking forward to that. And it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive, so
nice. Looks
cool. Let's see here. Microsoft showed some Forza Horizon 2.
They sound kind of desperate.
I know, right? Like, what are they doing? They have a white Xbox One as a $400 Sunset Overdrive bundle, so it comes with the game and is $400.
Okay.
So trying to sell those connectless Xboxes. They ditched it entirely now. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's coming. Well, they have a bundle that comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it's $500, but does not include a Kinect. So, $100 for a bigger hard drive there, and a Call of Duty looking ass system with a copy of the game. Rise of the Tomb Raider, of course. With gratuitous use of the word exclusive, Microsoft heavily implied that the sequel to the new Tomb Raider will only be on Xbox One.
If I were them, I would also slap that on every space I could.
Phil Spector later clarified that the deal with Square Enix has a duration.
Yeah,
implying it will come to other unspecified platforms at a later date. So
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, I'm sure they got like probably a holiday exclusivity deal. It'll come later next year. Evolve got pushed back to next year. We'll have a beta on Xbox One only in the spring. Fable Legends multiplayer beta in October. Goat Simulator is coming to Xbox One. That's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool.
But other than that, that's about it. Didn't have a lot to say, I guess.
Man.
I know, it's looking sad.
Yeah, it is really. I mean, I was kind of rooted for Sony on this. I mean, I want both to be successful, but now that
I got a PlayStation 4
so low.
And Microsoft was kind of a dick.
Yeah.
They were a dick about their success.
Yeah.
And they put fucking ads all over everything that annoy me.
Yeah.
So, they're paying the price.
Exactly.
For not putting games first. Oh my god, that Kickstarter game. Remember when I talked about like how there was that Star Command game that I wanted, that I backed?
Yeah.
So that the Star Command was like a phone game on Android and iPhone.
Yeah.
So so there was a Kickstarter that was like, get this on PC, and it looked pretty cool because it's kind of like a Star Trek roguelike where you have your little ship and you do stuff and you hire crew, and it looked kind of neat. That was supposed to be out about 2 years ago. Still hasn't come out yet. I just got an email that they've renamed it to Star Command Galaxies. Why Galaxies? Why the new title? We wanted to make an amped up version of the game, and they made a switch to Unity.
Like everybody else in the world.
Let's see here. Jesus, this game is fucking... How can you afford this? I like how they write those questions for their update, like, how could you afford this? What happened to the Kickstarter funds you collected? Well, clearly the game was far outside our initial scope. Due to the success on mobile, we have reinvested and expanded our team with our own funds. So great. All right, so they're working on... They've gone past the funds now and working on their own dime, all right? We waited 2+ years for this. When the hell is it coming out, you lying thieves?
That sounds like a John question.
The bottom line, the game takes as long as it takes. We will be distributing that build we will be distributing the PC Mac build that is a port of mobile, and Kickstarters will also be the first to try Galaxies. Working on Star Command for almost 5 years. Let's see here. Alpha, as soon as we get to the point where... they're like, our plan is to get... And then we're not going to give you a date. All right, well, good. No plan. And then they go on, 8 different, new features that I don't care about because I just want the goddamn game. I'm not happy about any of this. I want to log a complaint. We don't deny the game has taken longer than anticipated. We think it is truer to our original vision. In other words, the wait will be worth it. But if you feel otherwise, contact us and we'll discuss it to make things right. You're the reason we've had opportunities to have the success. Please send us a message. I'll send them a message. Fucking get your goddamn game out, dude. 2 years past the initial date for a port of a mobile game? You know what I mean? It's not like they gave them to make the game. They're porting it.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. This is why I don't kickstart anything. I gotta wait for it to come out, and then when it looks good, I'll buy it. I'm not paying you in advance. I'm done. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, Adam. What news is there of the world of non-video games?
Yes. Well, what news is there?
Adam, I don't know. You put out 800 news articles up.
Let's see. Well, there's some big news this week. Sad news.
Oh, the Candy Crush stock plummeting?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I just noticed I had an article about that in my game news too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Candy Crush,
So
their stock has let's see here. Second quarter bookings fell $30 million.
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, 5%.
Yep.
Off their original first quarter earnings. Primarily because of Candy Crush Saga. This is King Games, I guess. Yeah, so that fad is over.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now this company is going to crash and burn, like what happened with Zynga. They made all these mobile games that people played for 5 minutes, and then they fell apart because they didn't make anything new. They just continued selling their bullshit. So there you go.
Yep.
Stock market games crash 2014.
Indeed.
Happening. All right. All right, Adam, what happened this week?
Well, Robin Williams.
Adam, break it to me, Adam.
Robin Williams died.
What happened?
Robin Williams died.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
What happened? He was only 63.
Yeah, sounds like he might have taken his own life.
It doesn't sound like it. It's definitive
At this point, it definitely is.
that he died
Of
from asphyxiation, which means that he hung himself.
Yes.
So apparently he was battling depression for a while.
Yeah.
He'd been in and out of rehab, I guess. This summer he said he returned to rehab to fine-tune his sobriety.
Yeah, I just understand he was feeling...
Bad?
Yeah, he felt like he was going to start using, so he checked himself into rehab preemptively so that he wouldn't spiral
Not a good
again.
sign, obviously.
Definitely not a good sign. And then he...
I mean, it's real sad.
Yeah, totally.
He's probably one of the most brilliant comedic minds of a generation.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no other way to put it than, like, he was...
Yeah.
A fucking, like, genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
I mean...
And he was an incredible worker, and everyone talked about how much they loved working with him, but...
How great a guy he was, yeah.
He was a sad guy, I guess. Did you hear the new news that came out about this?
Is it related to World of Warcraft? Or?
No, about Robin Williams' death.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No, is he married, or is he ex-married?
I think he was ex-married a couple times.
Well, anyway, either his wife or his ex-wife also said that he was beginning to have the first stages of Parkinson's disease.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
That makes a little bit more
sense.
sense.
May have had... You know, if you're already feeling depressed, finding out that you have a terminal disease is certainly not going to make you feel better.
Yeah, one of the things I had heard, too, is that he'd been pretty down after having, like, open heart surgery in 2009. And he was just, like, feeling really kind of mortal.
Yeah.
And then after, I guess, getting diagnosed with that, too, that would be quite a...
No, it's his current wife,
quite a punch.
He had been battling early stages of Parkinson's disease, which he had not shared publicly, I guess, because he just wasn't ready to share that. So, sounds really bad. I mean, it's terrible. Suicide's awful.
Yeah.
It's bad, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of wanted to go on a rant about how much I hate people that kill themselves, but...
Yeah. Well...
What can you say? I mean, suicide is like drug addiction. Depression is like drug addiction. Like, it sucks and it's real. You're actually fighting something, you know? It's not like, oh, you know, you feel sad, get over it. No, it's something real. But you also have to want to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, you have to reach out to people. And I don't know if he did or not, but anyone that is feeling like that, you have to talk to someone.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And, you know, maybe he didn't, you know, and just, I don't know. You know, some people can't be helped. But, you know, it's kind of one of those reminders that no matter how happy someone seems, you never know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Sad. I don't know. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about this.
Fair enough.
Sad shit.
Indeed.
World of Warcraft will be paying tribute to him, though.
Yes, that's what I had heard.
Yes. He was a huge fan of video games.
Yeah. Named his daughter Zelda.
He said he used to play a ton of World of Warcraft with his daughter. Mm-hmm. Portal. His son Cody was named after one of the main characters of Final Fight. His daughter Zelda Williams, obviously named after Princess Zelda. Yep. He showed up in Nintendo commercials with his daughter for Legend of Zelda games and stuff. You know, it's like he was way into it. So I guess Blizzard is, working with his family to create some sort of in-game memorial to the guy because he was such a huge proponent of the game. So they actually the petition that people put out said that the wish was that there could be a NPC character in the World's End Tavern in the game.
Yeah.
Basically doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Making jokes. That'd be kind of cool.
It would.
So, I don't know. We'll hear more about that, I'm sure, when it happens. So I'm going to delete that story because we got to clear out this inbox.
Yep, we do.
I got to get some older ones here. Adam?
Yep.
Band hazing. This is an old one. This is from like a month ago, but I never got into it. So the Ohio State University had a hazing incident.
Yeah.
That was like, I guess they were made in trouble by they were investigated by, I guess, the NCAA or maybe just the Ohio State University investigated these claims of hazing. Let's get into it, Adam. You were in band.
Not in college.
Was there any hazing in our high school band?
Not in high school, no.
I know, right? I don't know what's going on here, but
college band is different though. It's like
yeah,
it's rough.
I guess this hazing seems
especially marching band.
This hazing seems kind of lame. I don't know why this was what happened here, I guess. All right, well, let's get into it. All right. Witnesses stated that Trix, are acts that individual band members perform, either on command or at their own volition.
Mm-hmm.
Several witnesses assigned out tricks are assigned to rookies. Hey, Rook, do this trick. They're performed throughout their entire tenure in the band. Tricks are usually connected to the students' assigned nicknames. Several witnesses provided examples of sexually explicit tricks assigned to and performed by new band members given sexually explicit nicknames. Here are some examples of tricks. A female student sitting on laps and pretending to orgasm. This included her sitting on her younger brother's lap and pretending to orgasm on Make the Band night. Her nickname was Squirt. A female student thumping the ground with her foot and pretending to orgasm. Her nickname was Thumper. They're very creative.
Yeah, no kidding.
2 females rubbing their chests together. Their nicknames were Jewoobs and Tiggles. Jewoobs.
That's the best.
Okay, a male student conducting a full-body demonstration of a flaccid penis becoming erect and spitting candy. This trick was also occasionally performed with another female student who pretended to stimulate the male student. His nickname was Jizzy. A student would act as if he was outside a strip club soliciting clientele, saying, "Girls, girls, girls. We have these types of girls." I'm sure he was doing a bit. His nickname was Barker.
Like a carnival barker?
Yep.
That's great.
A male student scooting across the floor on his hindquarters. His nickname was Taint Brush. Hey, Taint Brush! Get on the bus, Rook!
That is
Get your Taint Brush over here.
that's the best name ever.
Taint Brush,
Oh,
Adam.
man.
All right. A male student slapping other chins' foreheads with a penis stamp. His nickname was Mushroom Stamp. Can only assume that he literally had a stamp with ink with a penis on
Yeah.
it. My God. All right. This is the best one right here. A male student chanting, "Hey, we want some pussy." His nickname was Captain Dildo. What?
Oh, man.
A female student pretending to be a vibrating sex toy. Her name was ERV, which stood for Ero Vibrator. All right? A female student would sing sexually explicit songs about someone. Her nickname was Tulsa. I don't know what that has to do with her nickname. But, all right, here we go. Each new band member, traditionally a rookie, is assigned a nickname by upperclassmen. Multiple witnesses noted that many such nicknames are sexually explicit or have implicit sexual meaning. One witness said that 3 new members of one row had sexual nicknames: Captain Dildo, Barker, and Pat Phoenix.
Pat Phoenix?
Pat Phoenix.
That's amazing.
Okay, here we go. Some other sexual nicknames.
I just read the first one. Oh, my God.
Ball Sacagawea. Baiter.
Oh, man.
Boob Job. Donk. The aforementioned Ero Vibrator. Fleshlight. Jewoobs. Given to a Jewish student with large breasts. Sugar Bush. Swoob. Just testicles.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not much of a nickname there. Tits McGee. Triple Crown. Twat Thumper.
Oh, God.
Twinkle Dick. They also apparently had a list of sexually explicit fight songs
Oh, man.
that they would yell out to college football favorites. Here we go. Come blow us, Michigan. Tune Buckeye Battle Cry. Here we go. Come blow us, Michigan. Our cocks are waiting for you. Come blow us, Michigan. Such a lovely thing to do. Suck, suck, suck. Come blow us, Michigan, till your mouth is full of goo. If you stroke on our gland, we will come in your hand. So hey, fuck you. Yep.
Wow.
So like the idea of band people being ridiculously sexualized, aka American Pie. Probably that person knew the Ohio State University band. Because what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my God. This is just
ridiculous.
This is just ridiculous, man. I don't know. Also, it doesn't seem like... Really, is this like a horrible thing, I guess? I guess, though, like, if you're a girl, someone calling you boob job or Jewoobs might be a bit offensive. I don't know. As far as hazing goes, though, this seems a little bit more tame. I don't know. You ever been hazed, Adam?
No.
No hazing at all? Yeah, same here. Never, ever. That was like... I think our generation was like the generation where like anti-hazing was a huge thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's like that all got like stamped out.
But I mean, why would you put up with that shit? Like, I don't know.
Obviously, they didn't.
I guess.
Obviously, they went to someone, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Jewoobs that...
Jewoobs.
Jewoobs. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
All right. Adam?
Yeah.
Here we go. What's your... Well, you got news here. Most of these are yours now.
All right, so...
Let's do one of yours, and then we'll do one of mine, and then we'll move on.
Okay. So, this one kind of is a story that has a picture with it, but it's a first look at the new Satanic monument that may be built for Oklahoma's State House.
Okay. What's the story behind this?
This is this is great. So, Oklahoma State House is one of those places in the country that happens to have a monument of, I think in this case it's the Ten Commandments, that was donated by somebody, and is prominently featured. So, people in the Satanic Temple, which is a somewhat atheists activist group, decided they wanted to play by the same rules, and according to the law as it's written, if they have the monument to the Ten Commandments there, they have to accept donations from other religions as well.
You know, like if the Jewish people wanted a monument, you know.
Sure.
Muslim faiths want, you know, a temple or some, like, I don't know what those monuments would be.
Basically, it's
probably something to do with Mecca,
yeah.
I'm assuming.
The separation clause says basically all or nothing.
Yep, of course. And that's the only way to be fair.
Exactly. And so these guys chose to put in a Ten Commandments monument, which means they're going with all. And so as a response, the Satanic Temple decided to... I think they started a Indiegogo, not Kickstarter. Indiegogo fundraiser to collect funds for a satanic version of a monument that's going to be placed in Oklahoma. As I understand it right now, currently, they've closed all applications, but the application for the satanic one was put in before the deadline.
Oh, boy.
Yes. So while they closed it while they're reviewing their policies.
Of course.
Yeah. So they're going to have to decide whether they want to get rid of the Ten Commandments one and have none, or whether they're going to actually allow this to happen. The Satanic Monument guys, or Satanic Temple guys, have, I guess, put out they collected a bunch more money than was actually needed. They got an artist. They have it sculpted out.
It looks pretty epic.
It does look pretty epic. And I think they said it's Baphomet.
Yep.
With the inverted pentagram above his head, and I think he has like a child like sitting on his lap or something.
There are two children looking up into his eyes lovingly.
There you go. That's what it is. I've seen it. It's pretty impressive.
It is pretty bad. It is very metal.
It is. Yeah, I was gonna say it's very metal. But what they did is they actually had him design it, and they had a casting made.
Yep.
So they can make multiple ones, and they're going to use the money. They've also had it insured. Yep. So if anybody like vandalized or whatever, it's insured for as much as the statue or more.
Yep.
And they're going to just like start pumping these things out, and every place that has like a Ten Commandments place, they're going to.
Yeah, I mean it's only fair.
Yeah, they're going to attempt to get it in. So
they're going to do this in public places.
Yeah.
Texas. Has the monument. And its Capitol grounds. I
just love these guys' style. I mean,
I'd like to mention in this Vice article.
Yeah.
The first comment is exactly what I would say, and it is, that shit is so fucking metal.
Yes.
It is fucking metal.
It is. It looks really awesome, actually.
Dude, I want that outside my fucking house,
I
dude.
know.
That looks like the fucking cover from an album.
It does.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see. I almost hope they just
They're
allow
going to tear it down.
I know.
There's no way they're going to let them put this up.
I know, but I really, really hope.
I really hope they call their bluff.
Yeah, I do too.
And they've let them put this awesome monument
I
up.
think it would be amazing. But either way, I'm excited to see what
This
happens.
reminds me of that Mr. Show sketch
Yeah.
where the devil has to come out and be like, hey, man, stop. Or it was a Catholic church came out and was in defense of, like, the devil. It's like, hey, man, you can't have these crazy devil, like, hot peppers, because that just makes the devil not look scary. Like, the devil's scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's like, you gotta have a scary devil.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? And so this makes the devil look real and scary.
Yeah.
You gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
All right, Adam. Any other news?
I might have one more, if you are so inclined.
Oh, yeah, one more.
Marvel is going to be re-releasing this October the Howard the Duck Omnibus. So, those of you out there interested in a little bit of Howard the Duck after seeing Guardians of the Galaxy can read the source material.
Nobody.
In the comics. I might pick that up. I don't know. I haven't really read the comics. I'd like to see that. The movie is bad. The movie is really bad. I'm not going to argue that. Also, by the way, the first Marvel movie. The first Marvel character movie. Howard the Duck.
I see.
So maybe that also gives me hope that maybe they're thinking about doing something with it. Who knows? I'm anxious to see.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit. That sounds so great. No, it doesn't.
It does.
Fucking Howard the Duck is dumb and terrible. All right.
I don't think you haven't seen the movie at all, have you?
No, it's terrible.
You don't even know.
I have seen clips and been told detailed accounts of how bad that movie is.
The movie's bad, but you haven't read any of the comics, and you may be like.
Maybe I'd like the comics. You're right.
Maybe
but
you'd like
the movie is bad.
Maybe you'd like what they're going to do with Howard the Duck if they follow the comics.
Maybe they will. Yeah. Maybe they won't. I don't give a shit until it happens.
All right.
Adam?
Yep.
You ever been to Dougie-stan?
No, I have not.
You haven't been to Dougie-stan?
I've read the article, but I have not been to Dougie-stan.
North Dallas, Texas.
Of course.
Police were investigating Douglas Le Guin,
I think, yeah.
A man, they say, attempted to commandeer a house, then fired an assault rifle at firefighters, who responded to a nearby dumpster fire.
He started.
Le Guin allegedly attempted to ambush police who responded, then called 911 and declared his secession from the U.S. There's a transcript of the call. I am Dougie Doug, and I just... Well, let me do my Texas accent. I'm Dougie Doug, and I just seceded from the nation. I've seceded from the nation. This is now Dougie-stan right here. I'm pissed off at America. America's broke. It's got a sorry government, and the people won't vote. Dougie Doug also admonished the 911 operator for shooting the mentally handicapped. When asked if he had been diagnosed with the condition, he said he had a clear mind and a full heart. Can't lose. That's the Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
All right. Le Guin, that's Texas football.
Yep.
Le Guin's wife called 911 before the shootout, alarmed that her husband was missing, along with an AK-47 and several tanks of propane. They got everything you need at Dougie-stan.
Oh, yeah.
We got loose propane tanks, AK-47. When police apprehended him, he allegedly had several explosive devices, several of which had already been detonated. Mm-hmm. I don't know how explosive they would be if he was detonated inside a house. I don't know. This sovereign citizen, of course not a citizen of the U.S. after he seceded, was arrested on the scene Monday and remains incarcerated. Yesterday, the flag flying above his home was turned mysteriously upside down. That is it.
Yeah, I know.
Dougie-stan. Visit magical Dougie-stan.
Or don't.
It's right next to Pretoria. Holy shit, man. Dude, Texas. That's all I gotta say.
That's Texas.
Trying to fight with Florida for best state. All right, Adam, moving up.
Yep.
What's up?
What's up?
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're moving forward here.
All right.
Boatmurdered. We're moving on. We're reading from the second Overseer's turn. Mara Iguana is the name. It's a clever name. I want a couple notes before we go through this. Pigtail, Adam,
Okay.
is going to be referred to, and that is not a pig's tail. That is a type of grain or plant that is cultivated for eating.
Okay.
So like pigtail is a plant that is cultivated for eating. All right. So we're going to move in right here. Adam, you ready?
I am.
Are you right?
All right.
All right. So last we left, of course, it had just been the first year of settling in with the new settlers in Boatmurdered, which is a tale of a dwarf fortress pass-and-play game that was on Something Awful. Reading out as it goes on. So here it is. First Granite, 1052.
I came to this dump looking for a royal fortress. Instead, I found this hole in the dirt, complete with useless hillbillies. There's not one good crafter among this lot, and I hear there'll be a whole troop of unskilled immigrants coming in from the homelands any time now. Better stick to the basics and gather some food so we don't all die. Pull the damn lever!
More settlers from Kinmanbell arrive.
Oh no! I didn't think they'd be coming this early.
Third Fell Site, 1052.
Some blockhead is holding my carpenter shop hostage and demanding shells and wood. I've offered the worthless immigrants to go fishing. Who knows, maybe one of them will find a dead turtle on the riverbank.
Seventh Fell Site, 1052. Syrup roast is the newest invention of the cooks working in the kitchens to keep miners fed. The ingredients are minced longland grass seeds, minced horse meat, and minced dwarven syrup.
Ah, nothing gets you going in the morning quite like delicious syrup roast. It sticks right to the bones.
Sixth Hematite, 1052.
Remember that nutty dwarf who took over my shop? Well, he finally found what he was looking for, and he's made a legendary table that he calls Sound Syrup.
This is a mahogany table. All craft dwarfsmanship is the highest of quality. It is encircled with bands of kapok and turtle shell. The object is adorned with hanging rings of mahogany. On the item are images of werewolves in kapok.
He drew some scary werewolves on the thing, but it's still pretty nice. Assuming we can ever get him to drop it, this will be great for our dining room.
12 Hematite, 1052.
Today one of our apprentice carpenters fell asleep on the bridge and was swept away by a flood, never to be seen again. On the same day, the metalsmith gave birth to a beautiful baby girl named Doran Clearing Silvers. Also, Mandrill stole several objects we had lying around outside, but nothing important. Just a few bits of clothing and an iron helmet.
First Malachite, 1052.
We have so much food that it's becoming a bother to store it all. I've reassigned most of my dwarves to work on the secret project.
17th Malachite, 1052.
A farmer tried to organize a party in the statue garden when everybody needed to be working, so I locked the bastard in there. I hope he enjoys partying alone.
A snakeman assaults Kel Zimkanol while he was working near the underground river. He lays injured and unconscious.
Damn snakemen. They came out of nowhere and mauled one of my masons. Why did it have to be one of the useful dwarves? Now he'll never work again.
24th Galena, 1052.
We finally have enough housing for all these freeloader immigrants. It's a good thing, too. They're getting restless, and restless dwarves soon become angry dwarves.
12th Limestone, 1052.
One of my jewelers was possessed during the early summer. It is now autumn, and only now did I figure out what he was asking for. Raw crystal glass. I got it made for him with a bit of effort, and he took it and made several rough gems, and made an amulet called Necro Clearings.
This is a red spinal amulet. All craft dwarfship is of highest quality. This object menaces with spikes of red spinal, aquamarine, crystal glass, and green glass.
It sure has a lot of spikes.
24th Limestone, 1052.
Secret project completed. When enemies try to siege our beloved Boatmurdered, we can retract the main bridge by pulling the lever in the southwest corner of our statue garden. This will force them to walk through the southern gallery, where we will fire upon them mercilessly with 2 ballista in the east. For some reason, we need to drain the water. Pulling northwest lever in the statue garden will accomplish this.
26th limestone, 1052.
The dwarven traders are back. I gave them some of the junk that the previous overseer left here in exchange for quite a bit of meat.
4th timber, 1052.
It's late autumn now, and another damn immigration has arrived. Why didn't anybody tell me about this? I had everything nice and neat and... forget it. I always knew I was destined for misery.
7th timber, 1052. A job for the unemployed immigrants is found.
The lengths my brewers and threshers were traveling to get barrels was really starting to annoy me. And so I've made the immigrants move all the furniture indoors.
27th timber, 1052.
We have tunneled new rooms for the fall immigrants. It's taking quite a long time to get the place furnished, though. Winter has come. Thankfully, we more than have enough beer and food to last.
4th moonstone, 1052. The population of tame work animals have exploded over the summer months.
We're getting overrun with animals. I think I need a butcher or 2 to sort this problem out.
12th moonstone, 1052.
By the gods, another jeweler is possessed. Hope this asshole doesn't want crystal glass, too.
26th moonstone, 1052.
The jeweler has finished this artifact. Behold, the bronze mist, a green glass portal.
This is a green glass portal. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. This object is adorned with hanging rings of pigtail and menaces spikes of green glass, rose quartz, and limestone. On the item are images of flies in limestone. 16th opal, 1052.
It is midwinter. I am pleased to note that the immigrant housing is completed. I have also constructed an armory for our future defense force here, near the barracks, with a stockpile in the south for weapons and a stockpile in the north for armor.
8th obsidian, 1052.
The poor mason who was ambushed by the snakemen died of thirst today. He had been refusing to eat or drink because he was so depressed.
19th obsidian, 1052.
The mandrills came back, but this time we got 'em. Sure, they ripped a craftsman to pieces, but we got every last one of them. Mandrill hats, anyone?
Granite 1, 1053.
Spring has arrived. With that and this final map of the fortress, I bid farewell to the outposts of Boatmurdered and wish the best of luck to my successor.
And that is the second year of Boatmurdered.
Indeed.
Not a lot going on yet. You're going to notice a theme of craft dwarves creating ridiculous projects.
Yeah.
That, and I know because I've gone through the story of Boatmurdered multiple times, get more and more interesting as more and more atrocities happen.
Yep.
So we'll look forward to that. We'll keep doing that every week, just a little bit. Hope you enjoy it. I know I enjoy reading it.
Yeah, me
sure
too.
It's good. That's it.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
Anything else?
No.
Wow, Adam.
Please stay
You're
new
full
to your
of chats.
pets.
I don't even know what I would call this fucking episode.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. Satan.
Satan.
Satan monument.
I don't know. We talked about a lot of D&D and
I guess I'll have to just call it Jewoobs.
Jewoobs.
Jewoobs. I don't know, man.
Oh, man.
Well, thanks for listening as always. You can find us on iTunes. Subscribe there. It's just give us a good rating if you like it too. It's the easiest way to get it. You can subscribe on iTunes. You got your Zune, you're fucked.
I have a Zune.
I don't know. Do you even use your Zune?
Not since I got a nice phone, really.
That's right. Nobody uses a Zune.
Still have it, though.
All right. Good for you. Moving on. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you next week, as always.
Bye.
Bye. You've been listening to Born in the 80s, part of the Little Podcast Network. Find more great podcasts at littlepodcast.com.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Woo!
I'm thirsty.
Ric Flair.
It's fucking right.
The Nature Boy.
Nature Boy. Nature Boy. Do you know what? Hey, wait. Do you know what he calls his penis?
Oh, I think I heard that actually.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
You know what he says about? You know what they say about Space Mountain, Adam?
What's that?
It's the oldest ride in the park, but it's always got the longest line. Don't ever change, Ric Flair.
Oh, don't ever change.
All right, I'm stopping.